Okay, today we're going to look at every Premier League club's dirtiest player so far this season. That doesn't mean they're bad necessarily, some are masters of the dark arts when it comes to the beautiful game. While there are players who can do extraordinary things with the football, there are others who just know when they need to wipe someone out and take a booking. Arsenal Granit Xhaka. I mean, this is no surprise, is it? Even though he spent some of the time out the team, Granit Xhaka is still the dirtiest player of an Arsenal persuasion, and it's kind of what holds him back as a footballer. Ridiculous lunges, lazy tackles, Granit Xhaka often doesn't do himself any favours. So far this season he's committed 46 fouls, way out in front for Arsenal, while also picking up 7 yellow cards, but fortunately for him he's yet to see red. A red card I mean, he definitely saw red when he was subbed off against Palace, heckled the crowd, lost the captaincy and almost had to end his career in North London. Aston Villa Frédéric Guilbert. The French defender has been just about as dirty as Granit Xhaka, picking up 7 yellow cards and committed 35 fouls in his debut season at Villa Park. That isn't the highest amount for a Villa player, as Wesley has actually committed the most fouls, but I think that's mainly because he's a despondent figure up top on his own. It's the same for Joelinton and Haller. They've both committed a load of fouls, but I wouldn't say they're the dirtiest players at their clubs. So for Villa it's Guilbert, who you'll remember had quite a tasty run-in with Raheem Sterling during the League Cup final. Before we go any further, please don't forget to have a look at the Lexpo if you're into your FIFA or Football Manager. We've got some great stuff up on there and there's more coming. We've got a really good FIFA Career Mode challenge, according to Football Manager videos, loads of stuff, so please check it out. Smash the subscribe button, hit the bell and you'll be my friend forever. If you tweet me at HITC James showing you've subscribed, I'll even give you a follow back. But back to today's video, Bournemouth Jefferson Lerma. Another obvious one, Jefferson Lerma is just really dirty, there's no way of sugarcoating it. He's got that South American edge that they're notorious for, and he's added bite to a rather nice Bournemouth side. He's given away 29 fouls, which isn't actually a lot, the third highest for Bournemouth, but it's the fact he's picked up 9 yellow cards, the second highest of anyone in the Premier League. That means he picks up a booking pretty much every third foul he makes, that's ridiculous. Brighton Lewis Dunk. Now if you thought Jefferson Lerma's ratio of fouls to cards was bad, then just wait and hear what Lewis Dunk's is. He's given away 16 fouls, a fairly low amount for a central defender, but he's managed to get 9 yellow cards. 9. More than half of the fouls he's committed have been yellow card worthy, that's not a stat to be proud of. Burnley James Tarkowski. You'd think the obvious choice here would be Ashley Barnes, but no, it's going to be James Tarkowski, a no-nonsense centre-back who isn't scared to take man and ball, or sometimes just man. But then when someone challenges him, he's up in arms moaning to the referee. It's actually frightening how hypocritical Burnley are at times. But anyway, Tarkowski's given away 38 fouls this season, 8 of which he was punished with a yellow card. Chelsea Jorginho. A pass master, but also a master of the dark arts as well. There's a reason why Guardiola wanted him at City in the Fernandinho role, put it that way. For all his beautiful passing range and ability to control the tempo, Jorginho isn't adverse to being cynical the way at Frank Lampard's side. No player in the Premier League has been booked more times than him this season, seeing a yellow card on 10 separate occasions. He's actually only given away 25 fouls though, 12 fewer than N'Golo Kante, but he's only had 3 bookings. Crystal Palace Luka Milivojevic. With 40 fouls committed, Milivojevic is third highest for Crystal Palace, but his fouls were more severe as he's got 9 yellow cards to his name. And his 40 fouls have came in less games than James McArthur and Jordan Ayew, who sit above him in the rankings. It's no surprise I've gone with Milivojevic here. He's a pretty dirty player in front of the Palace defence, who can kind of go under the radar because he scores lots of penalties and free kicks. Everton Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You can tell that Duncan Ferguson's made an impression on Calvert-Lewin this season, not only by the goals he scores but by the number of fouls he gives away. Ferguson was a hard man up top, a player you didn't want to be up against, and you can see Calvert-Lewin is kind of trying to be the same, even if his boyish face is about as scary as Finding Nemo. But the striker's conceded 40 fouls and picked up 7 yellow cards, but the most important thing is goals, and he's got 13 of them. Leicester City Hamza Chowdhury. All Newcastle fans will agree here, Hamza Chowdhury's a dirty bugger. He decked Matt Ritchie earlier in the season, which put him on the shelf for weeks. He also angered Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool faithful, cynically trying to wipe out Mo Salah and succeeding, ultimately injuring the Egyptian king. Chowdhury's got 1 red card this season, and that came against Wolves, picking up 2 yellow cards for 2 cynical challenges. Liverpool Sadio Mane. This was a tricky one, because Liverpool have been so good all season, meaning they ultimately haven't had to be dirty. Fabinho has the most yellows with a modest 5, but the highest number of fouls goes to Sadio Mane. Surprisingly, he's being pulled back by the referee a remarkable 38 times. I'm not sure what else to say here, let's move on. Manchester City Fernandinho. Manchester City love a tactical foul, and Fernandinho is the king of it, with Rodri as apprentice. But we have to go with the Brazilian as City's dirtiest player, picking up a yellow card after yellow card despite moving into defence. Fernandinho is a sensational player, and his shithouse here is a big reason of his success, as much as it irks opposition fans and managers alike. This season he's picked up 6 yellow cards from a surprisingly low 21 fouls. Oh, and he's got a red card too. Surprise, surprise. Manchester United, Fred. A man reborn at Man United this season, Fred still has to go down as their dirtiest player, as he's more than partial to a foul and a subsequent yellow card. 39 times he's taken down an opponent and heard the referee's whistle, and 7 of those occasions he's been given a yellow card. But his performances with the ball have improved, meaning he's more than just a dirty holding midfielder, showing why, yet again, this was a player Pep Guardiola actually wanted at Man City. I don't know if that's the basis for holding midfielders, but I think it's worth noting. Newcastle United, Isaac Hayden. 8 teams have picked up 3 red cards this season, and one of them is Newcastle. Among them is Isaac Hayden, who we're putting down as the Magpies' dirtiest player. His red came from a reckless challenge, sliding in out of control on Leicester midfielder Dennis Pratt, who fortunately wasn't injured. On top of that, he's conceded 21 fouls and picked up 4 yellows, so at least he's not as dirty as he used to be. In the past, you could put your house on Hayden getting a booking. Norwich City, Max Aarons. Picking someone from Norwich was hard, and maybe says a lot about why they're bottom of the table. They don't commit many fouls, they haven't got a mean streak in them, they've been a bit of a pushover to be honest. But we've got to pick someone, so we'll go with Max Aarons, who's got 6 yellow cards from just 21 fouls. Sheffield United, George Baldock. One of Sheffield United's flying wing-backs, George Baldock is down as the Blades' dirtiest player, as he's got himself 6 yellow cards and committed 35 fouls, which is more than anyone in red and white. It's still not a massive number, but we've got to pick someone, haven't we? Southampton, James Ward-Prowse. 7 yellow cards, 43 fouls. James Ward-Prowse is really dirty. He could do with a bath, and he seems to be getting worse as the older he gets. He's a shithouse, he's a wind-up, he tries to irritate other players and get a rise out of them, and that's exactly what he gets from Wilfried Zaha, every bloody time. Ward-Prowse is incredibly cynical, pulling shirts, running into people, he'll literally do anything to stop you getting past and burst into space. He's such an arsehole, but I bet Saints fans absolutely love him. Tottenham Hotspur, Serge Aurier. This was a tricky one as there were a few candidates. Moussa Sissoko loves a foul and a yellow card, Harry Winks doesn't commit many fouls but most of them are yellow card worthy, and then there's Serge Aurier, who gives away so many fouls but doesn't actually get booked. He conceded 30 fouls, 2 less than Sissoko, but only been booked once, but he's also got a red card to his name. Is Aurier dirty or is he just clumsy? Let me know in the comments below, I'm not quite certain on this one. Watford, Etienne Capoue. Statistically, Etienne Capoue is the dirtiest player in the Premier League this season. In the heart of Watford's midfield, the Frenchman has conceded 47 fouls, more than any player in the division, but remarkably he's only picked up 7 yellow cards. I mean, that's still quite a few in relative terms. But when you consider how many fouls he conceded, it's not actually too bad. He hasn't been sent off though, something Kabasele has done twice this season for the Hornets, the only player in the Premier League to get 2 reds this campaign. So in summary, this Watford team are pretty damn dirty. Have a wash lads, clean up your act. West Ham United, Issa Diop. Earlier we mentioned Sebastian Haller is committing a lot of fouls, and he's got 42 for West Ham this season. But as the dirtiest player we're going to go with Issa Diop, even though he's only given away 23 free kicks. But he's managed to get 8 yellows, on average getting a card for every 3rd tackle, which isn't a good look. Diop looked like a future star when he first arrived at West Ham, but his stock has certainly dropped in the last 6 or 7 months. And finally, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Romain SAISS. Quite an easy choice here, the numbers aren't favourable towards Romain SAISS. He's committed 34 fouls, got 8 yellow cards and 1 red, so it's hard not to pick him here. But he's certainly an underrated player who's turned a lot of heads this season during Willy Bolly's absence, and he's also a bit of a joker if you watch the videos on the Wolves' YouTube channel. But he also likes a foul too. He kind of comes across as a little bit evil to be honest, I'm a bit scared. I hope he doesn't see this. That's fine, we're all self-isolating anyway. So there we have it, that's every Premier League club's dirtiest player this season based on yellow cards, fouls, red cards and a little bit of my own opinion. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. As always, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Keep tuning into HITC Sport every day for a new video, and more importantly, please stay indoors. Don't be a dickhead and put other people's lives in danger. The quicker this is over, the quicker we can get the football back, and that's really what we all want. I mean, I think we all want some normality, but mainly the football. Anyway, I'm rambling, bye.